Good morning. Happy Thursday. Peace and blessings. I'm the Moon Mama. How y'all doing? There is so much going on. I don't even really know where to begin. But Mars went retrograde yesterday. So we are going to be in some very tricky terrain, which is going to require great a great deal of attention and detail to ourselves, like to who we are. Because Mars in Aries is ultimately about the self. And but it is conjunct. I'm not conjunct, I'm sorry. It is squaring Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto all in Capricorn. And so today is a Jupiter day. Today is Thursday. And Thursday is the day that governs Jupiter's the planet that governs Thursday. And Jupiter is the planet of the vision. It's the visionary. It's the biggest planet in our solar system. So, if you're the tallest person in the room, you can see far and wide. You can see what other people can't see. So Thursday is the day of the vision. What is coming? What is possible? If you're a Matrix fan, oh my God. I have not told you guys everything about me. I have probably watched The Matrix. Okay, I want to tell the truth about it because I feel like I want to exaggerate it and be like, I've watched it 1,000 times. But I have watched The Matrix maybe 75 or 80 times. And Morpheus, he was Jupiter. And he saw the vision. He knew what was coming. He knew everyone's role. And so this is Jupiter, the vision. What's the vision for your life? And as it is in a square with Mars and Aries, it's about your individuality, right? But some of us, because we're in this collapsing construct right now where we're going through things that no longer are serving us, and because that's what's happening in Capricorn, our systems, right? The way you've been being doesn't work. For me, it's showing up like I can't play small anymore. I can't hold my tongue anymore. I can't shrink behind my story of my parents and where I come from. I can't shrink behind the fact that I'm Black in America, and so this means that this is against me and this is against me. My soul is like, bitch, shut the fuck up. We tired of all those stories. What you doing? We going over here. You coming with us or not? Because we about to play in the big leagues. What you doing? So we have to look at ourselves and see how we've been holding ourselves back, how we've been holding ourselves down, how we don't celebrate ourselves. I know for me, because I have so much Libra energy, I was just on the phone with a girlfriend of mine. I'm not going to say her name because she's probably listening. I don't want to call her out. A girlfriend of mine who's a Libra, and Libras are very connected to outer reality. Very like, that person is doing this and that person is doing that and that person is doing that. And I have Mercury and Venus in Libra and a South Node. So my tendency is towards, wanting something out there to satisfy me. Like it's like a need for some sort of outside validation. And, we have got to learn to become self-contained, sovereign, really understanding that there is nothing out there. There is only our creation. So if we're creating an experience where we're not feeling loved, or somebody's doing this and somebody's doing that and this is happening, it's your creation because you created from inside of your own reality, and then it has to show up outside of yourself. So you've got to really come into alignment with yourself, with who you are, with your greatness, with your the places that you still have to learn, with your wisdom, with your childlikeness, with your insanity, with your shadow, with your sexuality, with all the things that you are. You've got to really bring it home, and bring it home in a way that you're not judging yourself, where you're not making anything wrong. I have, for my entire life, because I've spent so much of my life in a story about being oppressed, or, the parents that I've had, I have a profound fear, is the easiest word I can come up with, of deep intimacy, of like really being deeply loved and held and seen. And how I noticed it is because when I was a mother, early mother, it's something about being able to hold a baby and like bring this baby into you and love this baby. And you get to look up the baby's nose and ears, and you get to study the baby's face, and you get to rub the baby's neck and shoulders, and you wipe the baby's butt, and there's so much intimacy in that. And when I was doing that with my son, I realized, wow, I don't know that my mother was that way with me. I don't know that I've ever experienced that level of nurture and care and surrender. And, because the human body remembers everything, the human body is keeping the score. So when we've not had deep, deep, deep intimacy as an adult, we crave it, but it's also hard to get it. So that's something that I deal with inside of myself. So it's easy to experience it in sex because there's like, an hour or 2 hours or a night or, or this dance where that is sort of acceptable. But to have emotional intimacy and real connection intimacy that doesn't include sex is, oh my God. So I'm getting to see myself and doing the work to ask myself, how can I become more intimate with myself, with my own process in the way that I did with my son? Like, I know him, I know his nuances, I know when he's thinking, and I know all of it about him. How can I get that way with myself? Get so into my own body that I'm deeply intimate with myself, deeply desiring myself, seeing myself, my shadow, my goodness, my joy, all of it, the places where I lie and steal, because we do it all. Like, I do it all. I've done it all. The places where I have shame, the places where I am, where I have sexual insanity, like I've been the type of woman. I don't want to say myself, I've been the type of woman because that don't sound right. But I have had relationships with people when I was also having a relationship with someone. I've been a cheater is what I want to say, right? So can I look at the parts of me that would cheat on somebody or cheat on myself or lie? Can I really get, why did I cheat? Why did I tell that lie? Why wasn't I being honest in that moment? What was I trying to protect? What was I doing? The part of me that feels like I need somebody else to validate me in order to feel whole. Like, why am I doing that? Why do I need that person to make me feel whole? Why don't I feel whole? Like get really intimate with ourselves, right? And so that's the work that I'm doing right now to heal the part of me that is going outside of myself and at war with myself, so that I can bring it all home, right? And in that's the Jupiter energy, right? So Jupiter is in a trine with the sun today, and Jupiter and the sun is in Virgo. And so literally it's like we're healing ourselves. We're healing ourselves today, if we can just be intimate with ourselves and celebrate ourselves and like look at ourselves. Jupiter's about your vision, right? So even if you don't have a vision for the future yet, but can you just have vision upon yourself, like your whole self, who you are as you are? Make nothing wrong. Make it all beautiful. Make it all worthy, like a baby, right? Like a baby who is sad or crying, and you just go and I love you and you're okay. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. I loved being that way for my son. Do you know what, you guys? When my son, he's 13 years old. I breastfed my son for 3.5 years. Until he was 3.5 years old, I had to like figure out how I was going to get him off of me. I literally had to do tricks. I literally had to have him spend the night for an entire week with one of my nephews and sleep in the bed with a 13-year-old boy as an infant, so that there was just no milk. And my nephew was willing to do it, which was amazing. But I digress. I am so attached to the feeling of my son that when I hug him today, like if I see him today and I give him a hug, I will have a feeling of my milk letting down. So for mothers who have breastfed, you know what I'm talking about. When that baby latches on and takes that first pull, there's a oxytocin is released. Oxytocin, and it's like it just feels so good. So when I hug my son now, 10 years later that I have stopped nursing him, I can feel that good feeling in my body. And that's our nervous systems, right? So the more we can be present to ourselves in any state we're in and love ourselves, we realign our nervous system in the way that our mothers did when we were infants. That's what we're doing. So this Jupiter, and then the moon is in Gemini today, right? So the moon in Gemini and the sun in Virgo, all mercurial energy, and a Jupiter day. So literally it's like communing, like really allowing to communicate and speak in ways, because the sun is in Virgo, so we have a tendency to be really critical right now, right? It's not easy to be present with yourself in the Virgo energy, because the tendency is towards criticism, because we're all conditioned from the West to self-loathing, basically. So you don't want to, with the Gemini energy, it's a lot of talking and a lot of seeing, but you want to you want there to be compassion. That's all I can say. You want to have compassion, right? So whatever you see that feels like it needs adjusting, or feels like it's a behavior that no longer serves, or feels like it's something you want to outgrow, or you don't like it any longer, just know, okay, I don't like this, and it's okay that I don't like it. And I love myself. No matter what you see, you love yourself. No matter what you see, you love yourself. Because that's the only way we're going to get through this time right now, is through the deepest self-love and acceptance. And you have to practice that, because that is not easy. Our tendency is to make ourselves wrong, then we make others wrong, and then that's just what's going on. So with the Jupiter energy, and with trining the sun, you really want to come into deeper connection to yourself and compassion, and a vision, like being able to see yourself clearly for who you are, and knowing that that's perfect as it is. Nothing is wrong. I don't care how much money you got in the bank. I don't care what complexion you are. I don't care if your parents were white racists, you are still, there is a value in that. God created us to have all of these experiences, and the more we resist them, the more we continue them. So if we can accept who we are, if we can accept how fucked up we are, how beautiful we are, how broken we are, how perfect we are, if we can accept all of that stuff with love and compassion, we can get out of jail for free. All right, y'all. I love y'all so much. This is all good work. And register for the Mars retrograde class. I'm telling you, that class is going to change your life. And then when you take it, come and talk about how amazing it is. It's amazing. Oh, also, and today, we start a new moon cycle today. So if you want to join the 13 moons, we're going to have a new moon in Virgo and a full moon in Aries. So we're really going to be working on our relationship to our bodies, like how our mind is creating our bodies, how our thoughts create our bodies, how we are generating our auric field by our thoughts and how we feel about ourselves. So this is a really significant class. The first month is $47. It's a subscription. You can stay or go. Every month after the first month is $97. We are a community of women who are doing the work of the moon together. We are ritualizing our lives, and we are creating the lives that we desire from the inside out by the power of the moon. It is the most transformational work that I've ever done. It will change your life. The Mars work is the same. I need y'all to know that all the work that I'm doing and the people that I'm creating work with and courses with is all deeply transformational, all deeply satisfying and revolutionary inside of the spiritual, psychological community. And you're not going to find this stuff anywhere. Literally, you're not going to find it anywhere else. And you know what? I'm a badass. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.